Never give up. Your breakthrough may be one step away. In the small town of Riverbend, where dusty roads met endless skies, lived a young man named Ayan. From the outside, his life looked ordinary. Simple clothes, a modest home, and quiet routines, but inside Ayan's heart burned a dream so powerful that it refused to let him rest. He wanted to build something meaningful, something that would prove that his struggles were not meaningless and his failures were not permanent. Ayan had grown up watching his father work long hours at a local workshop. His hands were always rough, his clothes stained with oil, and his back bent under years of hard labor. Despite all that effort, money was always short. Some nights Ayan would hear his parents whispering about unpaid bills and uncertain futures. Those whispers became the fuel for Ayan's determination. I will change this, he often told himself. I will not let my life be limited by circumstances. Yet dreams are easy to imagine and painfully hard to achieve. The beginning of the struggle. After completing school, Ayan dreamed of starting a small business. He believed that if he could create something of his own, he could help his family escape the endless cycle of financial stress. Friends laughed at his ideas. Relatives advised him to be realistic and take any job he could find. Dreams don't pay bills, they said. Still, Ayan refused to let go. He started small, selling handmade products online, learning marketing from free videos, and working late into the night. At first, there was excitement. He felt proud every time he received a small order. But soon reality struck hard. Orders slowed, customers complained, expenses increased, weeks passed without profit, then months. One evening after calculating his losses, Ayan realized he had spent nearly all his savings. His heart sank as fear wrapped around him like a tightrope. What if they were right, he wondered. What if I'm just wasting my time? The first breaking point. Failure doesn't always come as a loud crash. Sometimes it arrives quietly, through exhaustion, doubt, and loneliness. Ayan stopped answering calls from friends. He avoided family gatherings. The spark that once lit his eyes slowly faded. Every rejection felt personal. Every mistake felt permanent. One night, sitting alone on the roof of his house, Ayan stared at the dark sky. I've tried, he whispered. I really tried. Tears rolled down his face as he questioned everything he believed in. For the first time, quitting felt tempting, peaceful even. No more pressure, no more disappointment. The next morning, he decided to shut down his business. A conversation that changed everything. As Ayan packed away his supplies, his father quietly watched from the doorway. After a long silence, his father finally spoke. Why are you stopping? Ayan sighed. Because it's not working. I failed. His father walked closer, his tired eyes filled with wisdom earned through years of struggle. Do you know how many times I wanted to quit my job? His father asked. Every day, Ayan replied. And do you know why I didn't? His father continued. Because every time I was about to give up, I reminded myself that tomorrow might be different. He placed a hand on Ayan's shoulder. Son, you don't fail when things don't work. You fail when you stop trying. Those words stayed with Ayan long after his father left the room. The power of one more step. That night, Ayan couldn't sleep. His mind replayed every moment of his journey, the excitement, the mistakes, the small wins, and the painful losses. Then a thought crossed his mind. What if my breakthrough is just one step away? What if quitting now meant never knowing how close he truly was? The next morning, instead of giving up, Ayan made a decision. I'll try one more time, he said aloud. Just one more step. Learning from failure. This time, Ayan didn't rush. He reviewed every mistake carefully. He learned why customers lost interest, why costs were high, and why his strategy wasn't working. Instead of seeing failure as proof of weakness, he began to see it as a teacher. He improved his product quality. He listened to customer feedback. He focused on consistency rather than quick success. Progress was slow, painfully slow. Some days felt exactly like before, but something inside him had changed. He no longer measured success only by money. He measured it by growth. Doubt returns, but so does determination. Just when things started to improve slightly, another obstacle appeared. A supplier backed out unexpectedly, leaving Ayan without essential materials. Once again, frustration crept in. This is a sign, his mind whispered. It's time to stop. But Ayan remembered his promise to take one more step, even when it felt impossible. Instead of quitting, he searched for alternatives. He contacted new suppliers, negotiated better deals, and adapted his process. It wasn't easy, but it was possible. Slowly, orders began to return. The moment of breakthrough. One ordinary afternoon, Ayan received an email that changed everything. A large retailer had noticed his work online and wanted to place a bulk order. His hands trembled as he read the message again and again, afraid it might disappear. This wasn't luck. This wasn't magic. This was the result of countless moments when he chose not to give up. The breakthrough he had waited for didn't arrive with fireworks. It arrived quietly, humbly, but it changed his life forever. Success doesn't mean the end of struggle. As Ayan's business grew, so did new challenges. Success didn't remove problems. It replaced old ones with new responsibilities. But now, Ayan faced them with confidence instead of fear. He hired help. He supported his family. He inspired others in his community. People who once doubted him now asked for advice. "How did you do it?" they asked. Ayan always smiled and replied, "I didn't give up when it hurt the most." The lesson behind the story: life will test you, again and again. It will push you to your limits and make quitting feel like relief. But remember this: most people give up just before their breakthrough. That final step when you are tired, discouraged, and ready to stop is often the step that changes everything. Your journey may look different from Ayan's, but the lesson remains the same. Never give up, not because success is guaranteed, but because quitting guarantees nothing. A message for you: if you are reading this while feeling exhausted, uncertain, or defeated, know this: you are stronger than you think, you are closer than you believe, and your breakthrough may be one step away. Take that step, even if it's small, even if it's painful, even if no one else believes in you. Because one day, you'll look back and realize that the moment you almost gave up was the moment everything was about to change. Never give up. Your story is not over yet.